Hey, this is Tim here with Visual Design Lab. I just wanted to talk to you today a little bit about how your website ties into your overall marketing strategy. It's real estate you own. No matter what you put out there on the web, this is a place where you can control that content 100%. If you're using social media to help fan the flames of your brand's message, which I do recommend you do, just know that social media is rented land. This is somewhere where you're going to be tied into their user agreements. When they change things up in their algorithms or how they operate, it's going to change how you operate. So just know that this is a tool, but no more than a tool. It's not the be-all, end-all. And neither is your website either. All of this kind of ties together, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So the first step to guiding people to your website is to ascertain what questions people are asking. When they go to a search engine, they're trying to solve a problem. And what we want to know is what questions people are searching in relation to your industry, and how might we be able to answer those questions for them. And not just answer them, but answer them better than the current answers that are out there. So it's not enough to just research what questions people are asking. It's also good to figure out what kind of answers are out there. Because then you can really kind of figure out where the gaps are and where you might be able to fill them. And it's not just for the sake of filling gaps. We want to fill gaps that that actually accomplish the goals of your business. Because the goal here is to not only get people to your website and eventually call you. We want the right people getting to your website and calling you. That's the whole point of this, is just to pre-qualify people before they even pick up the phone to reach out and contact you. But so we figured out what questions they're asking, and we know that we can answer those questions with the content we create, through your blog articles, any type of free downloadables, any type of video content that you put out there. This is all things that you can do to answer those questions. Because the goal here is to pull people off the search engine results page and onto your content, which eventually which is on your website. And the idea of this cycle right here, from taking people from search engine results page to your website and kind of leading them through your calls to action there, that takes time. This isn't, this takes time. But the cool part too is once you set this up, you're also setting yourself up to do AdWords campaigns and things like that to give you those quick, easy wins in the short term while you're waiting to see how your content kind of ranks in the long term. And another thing you do in the short term with your content creation is you can fan the flames of it through social sharing. I said earlier that social media is definitely borrowed land. You're definitely beholding to their algorithms, the way they do things. But it doesn't mean that you can't take advantage of social media either, because it's another way to get eyes on your content quickly. And the cool part too is the research you're doing here is applicable to social media. Like hashtags, for example. Those are keywords that people use to help kind of funnel their way through content on social. So it's kind of fun when you think about the personalities that people are trying to reach. It's where do they hang out online? And social media is another place where you can help kind of target the audience to get them again to your website. Now that we've gotten people to your website, whether it's from the search engine results page or from social sharing, they're here now. Now we want to actually just kind of track their journey, So user experience here should almost be called user journey. Because once they're on your website, we want to guide them. We want to be able to guide them from one thing to another to help them answer their questions and basically learn to know, like, and trust you. Because the final call to action, whether it happens the first time they visit your website or the 20th time they visit your website, is we want them to actually reach out and call you. So it's very, very important that we figure out what the user experience is, what their journey is like on your website. Because if they're hitting snags, we want to be able to see that and optimize your website to dissolve those snags. We want people to move seamlessly through your content and your website. It's a powerful tool. It takes work, it takes equity, but once we get this thing kind of streamlined, it's nice. And now I'm talking about streamlining things and getting it there. That's when it comes into, tracking your metrics. We want to know what works, what doesn't work. And that also goes for social media as well. Because social media, they have analytic insights and things too, so you can figure out what content is working, what content's bringing people to your website. And you can also figure out too, okay, cool, so we got these people coming to the website, but they're bouncing, so clearly we're hitting the wrong audience. We're hitting people, but we're not hitting the right vein. We want to be able to reach the people we want to reach. That's the whole point of analytics tracking. And the thing is this stuff doesn't happen right away. Social is kind of fun because you can really get a lot of data quickly. But the people that come to your website are going to be far fewer than the people that you're going to reach on the search engine page and here in social media. So it'll take a lot longer to be able to adjust your strategies here accurately, with the analytic data that you're tracking. And once you kind of see what's working, what doesn't working, that's when iteration kind of falls into play. That's when you start creating more content to answer more questions. That's when you start editing content that you currently have out there that could be better updated and better serve people that you're trying to reach now. Because things change, your industry changes, and it's good to update your content with that. So anyways, I don't know, without any more rambling on my part, I hope that this was informational. Hope it added you some value. And definitely, if you ever have any questions, I love to answer questions because I want to create content that helps people, and I don't know how to help people if I don't get any feedback. So that's my call to action to you, is to provide me some feedback. But anyways, I hope this was useful, and I don't know, you guys have a great day, and good luck to you. I'm out.